It's Thursday night. I'm here, your beautiful. This means it's time for GotBot Goes Live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell. Helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Tonight, folks. Oh, by the way, if the stream drops, last week it didn't, which was good. A couple of things have changed. We're actually still waiting on our new internet to get hooked up. It's been delayed. Starscream wife is handling that. I really don't know much about it. But last week went well. Fingers crossed for tonight. We'll see. But as usual, if something happens, if the stream drops, if the unfortunate happens, don't go away. Don't freak out. We will come back. I'll end this one and we will start a new one. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, though. Tonight, of course, we're going to talk about all of the listings. We're going to talk about some news from Big Mac Toys, a new company, and some details about their upcoming tease of a Fortress Maximus. It's going to be a big boy, too. As well, we have a tease from Newage with a potential Unicron, and we'll talk about that ever so slightly. And, yeah, so all the listings, and, of course, we will do trivia. And we will do tonight's unboxing, which is one kind of lame thing and one kind of really cool thing. So let's kind of check things out. By the way, everybody said that they kind of liked the setup last week. So we're sticking with that this week. Like my mic is up here. I don't think you can see it on screen. If you can, again, I'm still sort of working on it. I kind of have you guys over here to my side. So if you notice me looking over here more, it's my second screen, which is kind of making life a little easier for your boy here. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Let's check in and see who is already here with us. As we go up, hey Francis, Waspinator. Let's see. Hey Master Fire, just got Prima. Hey, Prima's great. I just, of course, reviewed him. Tomorrow we're actually going to do again, something fun on Friday. It should be a bit earlier because I'm actually off a little early tomorrow. And it will be a couple of custom Target Masters this time. And this has been a longer than I thought coming about, but it's going to be Needle Nose's lads, Zigzag and Sunbeam. So we'll see that tomorrow. I have what will be next week's Tuesday review. That's part of the unboxing tonight. And I guess I probably have something that will be, I want to say a Friday review, but I feel like it's going to be more like a short at some point, or I'm going to do it in another review or something. You'll see. You'll see what as we get there. Hey, Marcus. Heathen. Hey, Caldeo. I'm in a sour mood after seeing the new tariff prices for Transformers figures from here on out. It sucks. It does. And I have no problem saying, like, if the prices are going to go up, then I'm not buying them. It's as simple as that. I think that they are at their upper ceiling limit. They're struggling to be worth what they're worth now. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Tariffs shouldn't be a thing. They have really no purpose or place in the modern world of economics. They kind of went the way of the dodo when we had this fancy thing get introduced called income tax. And really, it's silliness and foolishness to even be incorporating them. NAFTA should still be a thing. Just saying. So I understand why you're in a sour mood, my man. Hey, Blue. Starscream Wife and Soundwave are handling communications. Yeah, basically. Hey, Jimzilla. Yoko Kawanami, RC's voice actor and Headmasters. Apparently she passed away. I don't know who that is, but RIP to her. Okay. Hey, Matthew, everyone. Evening, guys. Went on another Age of the Prime Hunt today. Still nothing at your Walmarts or Targets. I mean, keep watching. I mean, they are showing up. It's somewhat random, I admit. I mean, we all know the distribution issues, but like, let's be realistic. Look at the history. Has Wave 1 ever eventually not been everywhere in abundance? Usually Wave 1 makes it everywhere sooner or later. Hopefully sooner. Hopefully your Walmart and your Target get it soon. Let's see. If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, those were predictions. Don't yet know exactly what Hasbro will do, but it definitely doesn't look good. I don't really know what you're talking about, but okay. I realized something when I was thinking about something I read, my post after community. Oh, okay. Hey, Lance. Hey, Blue. If I didn't say it already, I know I read your comment, but I don't know if I said hi. As we go down here. Toy Slice. Hey, hello from the UK. I always love knowing where folks come from. I'm just across the Atlantic from you, my man. Hasbro is charging the box size, not the toy. I realized that seeing a suitcase with my room. Okay. Suitcase with my mom. Interesting. I could say, and you're right, they are charging a box size. I do have to talk about something with that. I could say if I see a $30, $40 deluxe, I'll be priced out of collecting new. Probably also have bigger problems than Transformers. I mean, like I always find it cute when people say, if I see it for $30, I'm going to be priced out. Like, welcome to Canada, buddy. You know, like I've been saying this since 2019, and everybody said you're a big baby and a big complainer. No. I respect my wallet, and you should too. I'm glad to see more people taking this stance, to be honest with you. I wish it had happened sooner. Let's see. Someone posted some estimated new prices after tariffs. I mean, nobody really knows for sure what's going to happen with that. Hey, Killjoy. Am I intending to get all 13 primes or just the ones you like? Really just the ones I like. I mean, I have a Solus. I have Salvia Promenon. I find I'd like to review Solus and stuff, but like, you know, ones that I'm happy with, I don't really see a need to get. Like, I'm not getting another Alpha Trion. I have the Alpha Trion from the Hero is Born pack, and I think it's perfect. I'm not getting another Vector if they repack that. You know, as far as Star Convoy goes, I don't know, but really, Mystical 13, spoiler, it's Optimus Prime. It doesn't matter what body type he has, whether it's Optimus, whether it's Prime Optimus, whether it's Star Convoy. It doesn't matter his body type. Optimus Prime is the 13th. Amalgamus, I definitely want. Quintus, I definitely want because I just have a custom. Alchemist, I have Macadam, but I'd like a proper Alchemist. I don't know, like Nexus. Like, I have a custom Combiner Nexus because he's the prime of combiners. My Amalgamus is a custom, so I want to get that. So it's not a cut and dry. Like, I already have versions of all 13. If you've been around the channel and you paid attention, I've had versions of all 13 for a long time. In fact, I have probably 14 or 15 because I have some, like, sometimes they're included, sometimes they're not. So it's hard to say, but I'm planning on replacing the ones that I feel like should be like represented officially, and like my custom's not good enough or something. And there's a few of those for sure. Like right now, my Micronus is actually a Micromaster, as he should be, because Micronus is the prime of like Micromasters and like Minicons and all of those sort of little tiny teeny bots, right? So you're not asking a straight up question. I don't think I'm going to get all 13, but it's not exactly just the ones I like. It's ones that I feel like need to be replaced and fill gaps in my lineup of the 13. And I pretty much abide by the Covenant of Primus for my 13, though I do have a Logos. Sometimes the last Autobot is included. So I have the Arc and like the last Autobot, right? Because that's what his robot mode is modeled after. So that's not an easy question, but a good question. It's a good question, just not an easy question. Hope I answered it adequately. I don't buy a lot at RRP these days. There are so many toys I like to look of that I just can't wait to see which ones get a discount. That's fair too. I think a lot more people are going your exact route there, Slice. I won't call it Slice because I like Slice. Hey, Manitoba. Hey, Marcus. Okay, you know what? How about we get into the news? But before we do that, I do want to talk about just two things. One, I still have people who on the countdown that was put up Monday for most overpriced Transformers, and that's overpriced at MSRP, said, I can't believe you're talking about weight. I'm not talking about weight. For the love of God, can we please have somebody take a science class? Weight is a measure of the effect of gravity pushing down on you, and it varies. That's not what I use. I use mass. Mass is a constant. It is how much content is how much a thing takes up in the world, how much space it takes up in the world. So if something is, 100 pounds on Earth, it's not going to be that on the moon. But if something is 100 grams on Earth, it's still going to be 100 grams on the moon because it's actual content. So it's not about weight, and it's not the only metric, but it is a metric because people said, well, what about parts count and paint and engineering? All of those, as I said, go included as well. But as prices go up, we should get that added value on top of the established mass that Hasbro themselves already gave us. We should not have one metric erode and get taken away with these other ones added on while the price also goes up. If you're going to take something away, cool. If you want to, make a Voyager smaller, but give me more paint, give me, more hinge and swivel instead of ball joints, cool. But don't charge me anymore because you took something away. It's a matter of taking the value that Hasbro themselves already established and building on it. That's the secret, and that's not what they do. So that's the difference, and that's the problem. Number 2 that I want to touch on, and I'm not going to belabor this. And everybody's like, talking here about, the tariffs and the prices. I'm not getting into it because I said everything I've already had to say in a post that went up on my community in November of 2024. If you support the direction the world is going, if you support who was elected and what he intends to do, get away from me. Get off my page. Go away. I don't trust you or respect you. I don't need to say anything else. Nothing that we're going through, none of these tariffs, nothing that you guys are talking about, none of it should be happening. The only reason it's happening is because an idiot has been given too much power. And it's really as simple as that. I don't have anything else to say on it. It's unfortunate. We shouldn't be here. We should still have free trade. It was a beautiful thing. And as soon as that went away, that's when the problems with price started. Look what happened with Siege. Siege came after free trade was destroyed. Okay. And I've been complaining about prices since then. So bring back NAFTA. That would be my say. And that's all I'm going to say on it. Let's get into the fun stuff by sharing. Hold on. This. Boom. So we're going to start right off right away. Age of the Primes. Trypticon out already in Australia. So if you live in Australia and you want that Trypticon, and I understand why you would want that Trypticon, start looking at for it now because it's showing up in places. It's as simple as that. And I think that that's really, really cool. Let's move up here. And I didn't go in there because why do I have to go in there? I think this is neat. This is the Takara iteration of the box set for Menasor. And what I think is neat about it is the packaging. The packaging is so incredibly G1. I love it. It looks so good. Even on the back, it looks so good. That said, this is, I think, like a toy accurate depiction. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? If you want an animation accurate one, you need the mainline one. That said, I do think that the breakdown that's in there, because they added the detail on the window, is the better breakdown. Yolopark doing an AMK, not an AMK Pro, an AMK version of Tarn. If you're wondering what's the difference between AMK and AMK Pro, in case you don't know, you've been living under a rock or something, AMK does not have any die cast. AMK Pro does. That said, I'm looking at this Tarn. He looks great. Looks a lot like the Legacy Tarn to me. An awful lot. I mean, some color layout that's different, but the overall silhouette looks very much like that Tarn. And if you know me, you know I love that Tarn. I actually have that one customized, and I actually have, thankfully, 2 of the 4-pack ones that can flank him as perfect Decepticons. Man, it'd be so good to get the rest of the DJD. So he could rule with an iron fist over them, because you know what? You want to tick off Tarn, you're ticking off 3 of them, I'd like that. So yeah, I think this looks great. I mean, it looks like the Legacy to me, and I love that thing. Let's go back here. And that's all. Nope. I thought that was it for that. Where is my cursor? There we go. Let's go, because the rest of that was last week's stuff. And I'm going to skip over a few things here by the by, guys. Let's just check in here with you guys a little bit. You're trying to get Americans to know the difference between weight, mass, and volume. Good luck with that. Your first stop should be the Flat Earth Society. Oh God, don't. Oh man, let's not even go there to the flat Earth stuff. Honest to God, like this is 2025. I'm just saying. Just saying, man. Anyway, let's go down. Flat Earth. Hey, Moon Knight. By the way, I love Moon Knight, and I love your name, man. If Hasbro wanted us to buy, they should keep the damn Transformers lying around the shelf. That too. If you want us to buy and keep them on the shelf, absolutely agree with that too. It's like the Trade Federation from Phantom Menace. This is the same franchise where Astrotrain dropped that jettison some weight instead of jettison some mass. That's fair. Unfortunately, I don't have the room. That's fair too. Hey, BS Prime. Hey, Tens. Tens, I feel like it's been a while since you've been here, buddy. Wasp, I need to slap your palm because you're a genius. High five. Okay. Not sure why that is, but okay. As American, not wrong. Okay, so let's go here. So we have out in the UK, the Revenge of the Fallen Overload reissue is out, as well as Age of the Primes Wave 1 Deluxes and Leader and Studio Series Wave 28 Voyager. If you don't know what Wave 28 Voyager is, that's one Sentinel. That's the War for Cybertron, Ironhide, and it's Scrapper. So all of that out in the UK. By the way, I have seen Scrapper in hand. He looks pretty good, honestly. Again, I don't need it. And I watched a video with like his transformation and stuff, and I was like, if you take the Combiner Wars and you put the Perfect Effect kit on it, it is the exact same transformation. The exact same movements. I waited to watch something different going to Tractor, and I didn't. Leg is slightly different. I'm like, I'm not doing this for the same thing, but smaller. But I haven't seen Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime yet, and I have seen the Ironhide. The Ironhide looks okay. I wish the red on him was a little brighter than it is. It looks a little muted, but maybe that's just me. I digress. Then we got this thing. You know what? Let's talk about this thing. Let's get it out of the way so I haven't got to waste time on it. This, of course, is the MPG 17 Gen Style or Style Gen Optimus Prime. It's going to stand 9.5 inches, cost about 161 US. So for an MP, this is quite cheap, and I'm putting that in quotation marks by comparison to, say, MP 44. No trailer, but what's interesting, and I don't think that the pictures are here for it, we'll see them a bit later, is like he comes with his ion blaster. That's fine. He comes with an axe that looks like you fold his hand away and it can plug on. He also comes with the axe that came with the Earthrise version, which is weird. So 2 axes. He also comes with a couple of like Bayverse blades, and all of it can like store on his back. It's so strange. This is not at all for me. This is far too stylized, far too Studio Ox for me. But if the 9.5 inches works for your scale, if 161 you think is a good price for this thing, I get it. You know, I don't think it's bad. It's just I'm to the point I have the 86 Optimus, and I don't feel like I need any more Optimus Primes. I'm done. I'm Optimus out. Yeah, okay, I got what I think is the perfect Optimus Prime. So this is great. It just doesn't fit in my collection. I got nowhere to put it. No trailer. Marcelo Mateer, I think that's how you say his name, is going to be attending TF Nation 2025. He, of course, has done a whole lot of like artwork and design work. He's worked on Age of the Primes recently, for example, so he will be there. This is the Takara Tomy 40th anniversary T-Spark Bumblebee. All it is MPM3 with I'm going to say a lighter, more accurate deco. I don't know if it's more accurate or not. It's the movie stuff, so it's hard to say what's accurate and what's not. I guess it's more accurate, but like this mold is garbage. I reviewed it and I scored it very poorly. I cannot stand anything about it. The transformation is horrendous and atrocious, and it was one of the worst experiences I've ever had with a Transformer. That's how bad it is. And if you're thinking, oh yeah, but GotBot doesn't like that because he doesn't like MP. Actually, I have reviewed a few MPMs, and I loved Barricade, thought it was fabulous. And I loved Megatron, thought it was fabulous. But the Bumblebee, I don't know why they can't get it right. I really don't. But the Bumblebee is just more trouble and hassle than it was worth. it was an insane amount of transformation, and I didn't feel rewarded in the end. So if you like it, cool. I know some people do. And if you like it, cool. And if you think that a Japanese import, which has also always been pretty expensive, if you think it's going to be worth whatever they're going to ask to import that into North America, go for it. Wouldn't be for me. Also from Takara, they showed off their their Karakuri statue. If you're like, what is this? It's a statue, not a figure. We saw kind of early samples before. I haven't seen it with like the chest lit up and stuff, but it does transform, which is kind of neat for a statue. I mean, it looks cool. It's too bad it's not an actual, movable figure and stuff. It's a statue, but I guess it's cool for what it is. That said, I feel like the price on it was like a bit wild. I don't think I see it there. I can't remember what it was, but I feel like it was like, like upper hundreds. And I was like, man, like hundreds of bucks for a statue? I get it. It's art and it transforms. It has electronics. I understand the pricing. It's just for me, for a statue, I'm like, I feel like I could spend my money on something better. That's just me, right? That might not be anybody else. This is the dramatic capture triple takeover in-hand images. Let's take a quick look at them. So this is the set that has Starscream, Blitzwing, and Astrotrain. The regular Starscream that most of us have here, it's on the left side as we're looking at the screen. The new one, the Takara one with the lighter gray, is on the right side. I am surprised that I think I prefer the left. I think I prefer the darker gray and the darker red. That feels more animation accurate to me. Not to say that the other one isn't. It's just I don't remember Starscream that bright. Maybe he is. Maybe he is. I'm remembering incorrectly. But I don't know. It didn't strike me as that bright. That said, when we see him with the coronation stuff on, I do like the purple of the Takara better than the pink of the Studio Series. Studio Series. And I feel like the shoulders are the same, but I do feel like the saturation of the purple compared to the gold on the Takara is nicer. Astrotrain, obviously the Siege there next to the other one. I think the Siege is the right color, honestly. The other one is much like my Titan's Return Astrotrain that has a lighter gray to it. I look at this and I'm like, yeah, it's right, but the gray's too light. And that's the way I feel about my Titan's Return. I always felt like the darker Takara Legends one was more accurate to the animation. I feel like the Siege is more accurate to the animation. And then we get to Blitzwing. The Takara Blitzwing, way more animation accurate because on the show, Blitzwing's purple was that very, very hyper purple. Also, the silver wasn't on the hips on the show. The silver wasn't on the chest on the show. And you'll notice the darker purple, like on his sides of his tummy, say under his chest, that's also animation accurate. So yeah, this is the most animation accurate Blitzwing, right down to the fins by his feet being beige, as they should be. So I mean, I don't know, like it's fine, but again, like I wouldn't get this not because it's not good, I guess, but because I feel like they're going to be more expensive with the import prices. That said, look at Blitzwing. Look at his canopy. It's blue. It's supposed to be blue, not red. Blue. So that's more accurate. The plane. I also think the plane looks, I don't want to say better because it's still junk, but like, I don't know, just something about the purple, pop of purple, like strikes my eye better. Now, as I mentioned everything I said about Astrotrain, I feel like these pictures show Astrotrain a little bit of a darker shade, and I actually think this is animation accurate. So I'm not sure about the shades on Astrotrain. Love the look of this. Nice and clean shuttle mode. Nice and clean train. I can do without the tinderbox, honestly. You never, ever needed that. You could have left that out and just sold this thing as a Voyager, and I would have been a lot happier with it, and I think a lot of other people would have been a lot happier too. I mean, it's the Earthrise Studio Series version of this lad with the Studio Series hands, right? For Starscream here. Again, looks fine. I don't like the gray hinges, the dark gray hinges on the back there. I think they should have been light gray. That's an eyesore to me, but maybe it's not to you. I do like him with his coronation stuff on. I like it better than the 86, but that's just me as well. So, I mean, neat, I guess, for what they are. That's the alt modes and the other alt modes. And like I look at the two shoulders here, and I feel like the Takara one is like the purple's a little darker, and I don't know if the gold pops a little more or something. I tell you what, I'm quickly learning that I tend to prefer darker, more saturated colors. That's what I'm starting to learn about myself. Like I mentioned it with Thundertron. I don't want the Thundertron that's in the Star Raiders pack because I feel like the blue is too light. I feel like the gold is too light. I do like the alternate head though. I prefer the darker blue, and I kind of prefer the bronzy gold. So, I mean, I don't know. That's something I'm learning about myself, I guess. Yolopark, Rise of the Pro AMK Pro. So this one has diecast. Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime additional images. I'm not going in there. We've seen the images for the AMK Pro Optimus a billion times. Now we're going to talk about this in a minute, but I'm like we're going to talk about the other leaks in a minute. But let's talk about this one right now. So we are going to be getting a listing for Leader Class Big Convoy. I find this super duper interesting. I kind of figured we were going to get that. A lot of people hoped it would be Commander Class. And I said, Big Convoy is actually significantly smaller. If you watch the show, he's actually significantly smaller than Magmatron. Magmatron was a Commander Class. The only way that I think a Commander Class Big Convoy would work is if you had Big Convoy and you had the Matrix Buster. That might work. I think a Leader Class is the better way to go. That said, we all know the original Big Convoy mold. It has been used with its original release. A couple of years ago, it got re-released with a Matrix Buster. Got re-released in the anime colors. That's the one I'm holding in my hand here that you can see in the little corner down there. Shout out to Eric for giving me this. I cannot thank him enough. It was used for the Big Blue Convoy. Now, here's why I say interesting. Are there ways to improve on this? Yeah, absolutely. That said, this was also sold as a Leader Class. It's very interesting that the new one will be a Leader Class. Everything that I talk about holding Hasbro accountable, about value for money, it'll be real interesting to compare that one to this one. I love this. This is actually way more functional, even with the kibble on it, than I thought it was going to be. And I'm really happy with it. I would just like to have a Matrix Buster. I'll be very interested to see how the new one is designed and if there are actual improvements or if it's not as good of a value. Time will tell. Time will definitely tell. And we'll go up here. Oh, by the way, also out in the UK, we mentioned all those waves that are out in the UK. Hot Wheels brothers will love this. Ultra Magnus, the Hot Wheels Ultra Magnus out in the UK. Pardon me. I'm going to go down here and go back a page, and then I'm going to check in with you guys. Let's go down, all the way down to right here. And I'm just going to say this: Ages of the Primes, Megatron out at Megatronus out at US retail. Get it. So Megatronus is a perfect example of what I talk about. His mass, yes, is about 20 grams less than it should be. But I'm okay with trading out a minimal amount of mass if you're going to give me more paint. And like, for example, he has a lot of yellow on him. Yellow's hard to do and hard to cover. And they put plenty of it on. None of it is lightly applied. It is a ton of yellow, which means it was given a lot of sweeps of that yellow. There's a fair amount of purple. There's a fair amount of other paint apps on there. All hinge and swivel, tons of accessories, as well as a very high parts count. So it's pretty much giving me the mass that was previously established. It's close, a little less than I'd like, but it's pretty close. Plus, it's giving me, more parts, more accessories, more paint, better articulation. It's giving me added value, which is why I didn't mind paying a Leader Class price for it. You gave me you pretty much gave me the previously established Leader Class value, and now you're giving me more. You charge me more, cool. Give me more. That's all I ask. Make me feel like I'm getting my money's worth. Okay, so that said, I highly recommend you all get Megatronus. He's fabulous. Let's just see where we are here a little bit, and we're going to go up then. Let's see. How far up here should I go? Probably we'll go around here. Zero interest in buying any more Optimus. I'd rather Takara release the rest of the G1 Arc crew in the MPG line. Interesting. Hey, Anthony. I was able to buy from Walmart and Meijer in Ohio Scrapper, Bone Crusher, Sentinel, Soulless, Air Raid, Wasp, and Slingshot. So far, no sign of Megatron Silver. Man, that was an expensive day. If you got all of them at once, that's a pricey day, buddy. Hey, Inconsiderate. Late in the UK, so I'll be watching the rest in the morning. Sleep tight, buddy. Sleep tight. I used to like MP10. The exclusive, my cousin from Mexico wanted to go to Macy's, and she has none in Mexico. But you, Dennis, you got Toys R Us. We do, but it's overpriced. Like a deluxe there is $50. I don't shop at Toys R Us. Just be thankful the re-release of B was not at the B movie masterpiece. What? Just be thankful the re-release of B was not the B movie masterpiece B. Oh yeah. Well, that was junk. Need a new Chug Starscream. I don't know about that. I mean, we just had the Earthrise and all of them. I don't know if I agree with that one. From Legacy Blitzwing on clearance for $15. That's a great price for him. Get him for that, for sure. See, again, I don't hate Blitzwing. He's just not a leader. I do wish the gray pants on DC Blitzwing were silver. That's fair. I can see why you would want the gray to be silver. But see, on the show, they would have been gray, not silver, right? It's like 86 Galvatron. Or Perceptor. Perceptor. Or Blaster. You'll notice on all the 86 releases, they took the silver off and they put the gray on because it's more animation accurate. Again, I don't know if that's true. But I see where you're coming from, though. Legacy Blitzwing is trash. For $15, he's okay, though. No fits on that Blitzwing. 86 Screamer's bad comedy. I agree. Just a quick question. When we discuss animation accurate with all the inconsistencies in the cartoon, what coloration becomes the basis for the comparison? I think it depends. For example, I've talked about this a lot of times with Galvatron. As far as I'm concerned, Galvatron is fantastic. Whether you have, the Kingdom Legacy, which is the darker purple with the silvers and the darker gray, which to me is more animation accurate. When I think of Galvatron, that's the colors and the shades I think of, except for the face. The face wouldn't have been silver, but I like silver face. But a lot of people said, no. The 86 is more animation accurate. It's the way the movie looks. It's not the way the movie looks on my TV. But it might be my copy of the movie. It might be my saturation levels of color and blah, blah, blah. Like there's a lot to it. So I don't know if there's one definitive. I think we're to a point now where we're quibbling over animation accuracy. Like before it was clear, like those lines on the, shins are toy accurate because it's not on the cartoon. Or we'd say like the biceps were silver on the toy like they are on this, but on the cartoon they were blue, right? For example, look at all the differences between Skids. Skids was pretty much a sea of blue on the cartoon, but he had some black and stuff with the toy one, right? So the Legacy went more toy accurate than animation accurate because it was clear. But when we're talking about something like the Galvatrons or Scourge and the Sweep, take your shades of blue. Depends on what episode you watch, right? So I think it's a matter of degrees. Either they're all wrong or they're all right, if that makes sense. But that's a good question, though. Get an Ash Starscream with a Scream face. Yeah, I mean, possibly. The Scream face exists, as we know it's on Skywarp. Hey, Teen Toys. Hey, Ash. Oop, that definitely jumped down. I'm skipping some stuff, guys, so I apologize. Hey, James. This guy's not much smaller than Grimlock. Yeah, right? Exactly. I would love to see Megatronus remolded to Universe 08 Galvatron. I don't think you're going to see it. It'd be interesting, but I don't think you're going to see it because, according to Evan, if you believe him, the Primes, other than Vector, because Vector we know was based off G-Axis, the Primes molds are one-time use. It's used for the Primes, with the idea being that they're a multiversal singularity, so their bodies wouldn't be the same in other universes and for other characters. It would be just for them, which is another reason that I look at Megatron and say, man, the value's there. If you're making this as a one-use mold, then yeah, apparently Prima is a one-use mold. Now, does that mean that they won't remold it and keep the same skeleton? I don't know. All I know is Evan said the primes are single-use molds. I'm not sure if that means they simply won't be used at all, or if it just means that that exact mold won't get a repaint, but it could get a reshell. I'm not sure what he means by that. So I hear what you're saying, Marcus. I wouldn't hold my breath for it, but anything is possible. Megatron should be on the way to my place soon. Enjoy. He's so good. He's so good. I take it you're in Eastern Ohio or Cleveland or Columbus because Northwest has Jack. There you go. Over the last 2 weeks, I found all of Wave 1 between all the stores. I mean, good for you if you wanted all of Wave 1. Like, I'm not in for the, for example, like, I'm not in for the aerial bots. I prefer the Combiner Wars, so I'm sticking with it. I hope to review them, but I'm not buying them. Not at $40 a pop. Hey, Dominic. Let's see. Hey, Big M. Picked up G2 Grimlock and Megatronus the other day. I didn't pick up the G2 Grimlock, but I saw it. And I'll say this. If you're cool with the blue, man, that's a nice, deep, indigo-looking blue. It's not my Grimlock. And I'm sure if I had the blue, I'd want to be in on the other Dinobots in their G2 colors. But it's a great mold. I mean, I already have it for Grimlock. I already have it for Shattered Glass Grimlock. You know, there's the yellowy one. There's now the blue one. Like, it's hard to argue with it because the Grimlock mold is just so good, and it's definitely worth the value for money. It's a true blue leader in every definition of the word. So enjoy, is what I would say. I'm trying to get the Target deal going so far. No luck. Good luck. I picked up the G2 Blue Grimlock, and it is very awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. I love blue, and I don't have a Grimlock, which is why I ordered G2 Grimlock. Great reason for it, honestly, Matthew. Honestly, I can't fault it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with going the blue route. Nothing wrong with it at all if you're cool with it, right? Because it doesn't look bad by any stretch of the imagination. Let's go on up. Speaking of MPG, we're not done with MPG yet. We talked about 17 being that Optimus. Well, we have another Optimus, Shattered Glass Optimus, using the MP44 mold. And, I mean, it's just Shattered Glass Optimus. I'm not going to go into the pictures here because it's you know, darker blue on the lower legs, the purple. He has the whole chest broken window thing. We know what MP44 looks like. It is what it is. GotBot should get our modern red alert and rename him. I mean, into what? I don't know anything about the character at all to be able to come up with a different name, right? I doubt it. I wouldn't turn it down. He looks interesting. He looks big. But, like, I don't know anything about it. It's not my era at all. I like the air raid I got. If it wasn't based on G1, it would be a mess. But it hits the memory of having one as a kid. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Let's run through the Age of the Primes listings. And there were plenty. I'm actually going to, instead of that, let's leave the picture here. Why not? I'm actually going to run through, because I wrote them down, honestly, just to try and make things, I guess, a little quicker. So this is the Age of the Primes listings. And this includes Deluxe Quintus, which I'm surprised he's a Deluxe. I thought he would be bigger, but I'm okay with that. Sure Shot, About Bloody Time. Blast Off. Course, that makes sense. We just recently had Vortex. Quick Strike. Now, I love the original Quick Strike, but I admit that a lot of people, it hasn't happened with mine, but a lot of people have said, pardon me, that his ball joints get loose. I didn't find that with mine, but I'm very interested to see a new Quick Strike. Smokescreen. I don't know if that's just a reissue of the Earthrise or what. It doesn't say package, like PR for package refresh, so I really don't know what that smoke screen is going to be. It might even be a Unicron Trilogy smoke screen. We'll see. Power Glide, and like a lot of times I'll say, guys, we don't need to have the mini bots updated, blah, blah. Power Glide came out in 2015. I think it's okay to do updates 10 years later. I think 5 is too soon, but 10 years later, I'm cool with it. So yeah, a Power Glide updated, neat. Hope he has bicep swivel because that's the only thing that the other one was missing, really. Swerve, I assume, is going to be a reshell, remold, whatever, of, I assume, of Gears, I would guess. Maybe it'll be its own mold. We'll see, but I don't believe that. Animated Ratchet as a deluxe. I thought he'd be bigger than that, too. And Prime Cliff Jumper, I assume that is the Cliff Jumper that was in the 4-pack, going to get his own release. Neat if you don't have it. The chase mold's okay. I hate the shoulders. That's what I would say about that. Then for Voyager, we're getting Amalgamus Prime. 100% in for it because my Amalgamus is only a custom, and it's a Revenge of the Fallen that's been customized into Amalgamus. Amalgamus is the Prime really for transformation. He's always changing and morphing and switching. So I'll be very interested to see how they pull him off because he's a weird hodgepodge dude. Voyager Brawl. I assume that's the leg of Bruticus, so I assume his leg is a Voyager? I don't know. I thought Brawl is a bit of a strange one. Animated Wreck-Gar. Animated Wreck-Gar is cool. Come on. It gotta be some sort of a reuse, reshell, or something of Trashmaster, right? Like, it's going to be Trashmaster redone, right? We'll see. Voyager Armada Sideways. Now, when I think of Sideways, that's the Sideways I think of. This one that they got coming out, the Cybertron one or whatever, like, I don't know that Sideways. The body I know of is the one that's going to be the Voyager, the Armada one. When I looked up, I was like, yeah, there you go. There's my boy Sideways that I know. I don't know a lot about Unicron Trilogy, but I know one of the, agents, one of the harbingers of Unicron for sure. And Nexus Prime is going to be a Voyager, which is interesting because he is the Prime of Combiners. I have a KO, a custom KO that I reviewed here on the channel of Nexus Prime. Actually, I had two. I had one that I called Sad Nexus Prime, and that was a KO that was cheap and trash. But I have another one that was like Combiner Wars All Red KO. And I got a Nexus Prime head from Shapeways. And I done a custom. So if you want, like, GotBot Nexus Prime, you should probably find it. I can't tell you the numbers right now off the top of my head for that review. But I'd be hard-pressed to replace the Combiner version with just a Voyager. But we'll see. Maybe I'll love it. We'll see. And for the leader class, it'll be Big Convoy, we already talked about, and Universe Razor Claw. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure what they would use for that. Maybe the Tiger Hawk mold? I don't know. Commander will be Onslaught, no shock there. And the Selects G2, I guess, Commander pack of Swoop, G2 Swoop, and Sludge. Interesting. And maybe they'll each be sold as their own leader class, but if you got the Grimlock in G2 colors, don't you kind of need Swoop and Sludge and eventually Snarl and I guess Slug or Slag, whatever you prefer. You get where I'm going with this, right? So that's that's the Age of the Primes ones. I'm really drawn to a lot of the Voyagers, a couple of the Deluxes, the Commanders. It's Bruticus. It's hard to argue with Bruticus. The Selects I'm not in for because I'm not the G2 guy. But if you got the blue Grimlock, like, get the Selects, lads. Round your team out nicely. Just saying. Just a suggestion. Okay, let's kind of just check in very quickly with you guys before we go to the next part. I'll be glad to finish out the minibots. See, like, to me, this is just replacing all the minibots. I already had all of them. What? He does look like, I think you mean RoboCop. Maybe a Prime, Age of the Prime smoke screen with phase shifter and Omega. It could be a smoke screen with phase shifter and Omega key. I mean, it could. I don't know. Amalgamus and Nexus will be interesting to see. I absolutely agree with you. I'll get him. I dare to be stupid. I dare to be stupid. Oh, that's so good. I thought the smoke screen was Prime. It might be Prime smoke screen. That could be. It could be Prime smoke screen. I don't go for Armada that often, but I had Sideways when I was younger, so I might grab them. And that's fair. Yes, anytime you reference Nexus Prime, you must refer to SAD first. Absolutely. Smokescreen is the Prime version. Instant buy for me. I'd like to know if it'd be a new mold. Time will tell. Dinobots are Voyagers in leader boxes. They're treating like big bozos. No. I'm going to correct you there, Blue. The Dinobots are not Voyagers. You know me. If I believed it was a Voyager, if the math and the metrics said Voyager, I'd be the first one to say they're Voyagers. They are absolutely leader class. Absolutely. They have the mass, they have the paint, they have the engineering. They are absolutely leader class. Hey, Brandon. Very interesting to see how they pull off Nexus as a Voyager. Me too. If anime does not come with an accordion, there will be riots. That's funny. Okay, so let's go up now to the next batch, which will be the Studio Series 2026 listings. So I'll leave this image here. Let's run through those very quickly. A-level Bumblebee, so I assume that means 86 Bumblebee will still be coming out again for anybody that wants to pick them up later. And some people might, because Cliff Jumper is going to be done. I got to believe it's going to be a reshell of Bumblebee, because it's like somebody said already, the 86 Bumblebee is 90% Cliff Jumper anyway. I mean, all you got to do is put on a head and change his feet. And that's literally all you got to do, because that whole chest and stuff is all Cliff Jumper. It ain't no Bumblebee. It's all Cliff Jumper. So B, the Transformers 1 Orion packs, which we've seen before, right? Transformers 5 Barricade, which is nice. A Last Night Barricade, I think it's kind of cool. 86 Wind Charger. I don't know what that'll be, but I know a ton of people are excited about Wind Charger. 86 Sunstreaker. I believe it'll be like the 5-pack release of the Earthrise mold. I figure that's what that'll be, but I really don't know for sure. 86 Kranix as a deluxe. That's interesting. The Lithonians, my understanding is they didn't have alt modes, though there was one designed for him that was a weird vehicle thing. It'll be interesting to see Kranix. I think I might be in for him. 86 Cliff Jumper, 1 Thundercracker, 1 Airachnid. I bet the Airachnid is going to be brilliant. I really bet the Airachnid is going to be cool. And not for nothing, anybody who don't have the Night Countess, get rid of your Transformers Prime Airachnid, run that over with a lawnmower and destroy it, and replace it with the 1 Airachnid in your Prime collection. I think you're going to be happier. For the Voyagers, 86 Skywarp and 86 Thundercracker. Surely this has to be the Earthrise releases as single releases, right? For the love and honor of God, do not make Skywarp an exclusive to anywhere. Just let people buy the bloody guy. 86 Shockwave. I mean, it's going to be the Siege without all the bits, right? And some color change, right? Like, that's what we're expecting, yes? And Transformers 1 Alpha Trion as a Voyager makes sense to me. The leaders will be 86 Soundwave. I'm assuming it's going to be the like Legacy United, the Netflix one with different colors, brighter colors. I don't know. I can't believe for a second it's going to be a new mold. 86 Snarl getting a reissue. 86 Astrotrain. I bet you it's going to be like the Astrotrain that we saw earlier without the tinderbox. Betcha. Color variation. We'll see. And Transformers 5 Nemesis Prime. Well, we know we have the Age of Extinction Optimus that just came out. I'm sure that'll get a slightly darker color and a red slash on the face, and that'll be your Nemesis Prime. That's what I'm expecting there. Then there is going to be this Studio Series 86 30th anniversary capsule that I guess is going to be Walmart exclusive, I'm assuming, where there'll be Voyager Scourge. I assume that'll be the 86 Scourge reissued. Voyager Hot Rod. Oh, for the love of God, just let that mold die. Honestly, just let it go away and get a good mold. Leader Optimus Prime. Leader 86 Optimus Prime, which is weird. It might just be the cab of the 86 Optimus. I really don't know. And this one. Deluxe Hound. Surely, God, that has to be the Earth Mode Hound that was in that 5-pack, right? It might be. It might not be. I don't know. We'll see. Pardon me for just one moment. Hey, Starscream wife. Is that all from upstairs? Yeah. So upstairs is clear now? Sorry. Okay. Well, just leave it like it is there, I guess, and I'll take care of it after. Yeah. Okay? So, yeah. So, I mean, there's going to be a mix in there for everybody as well. Things you like, things you don't like. I think it's smart to do all the reissues because there's been so many molds that so many have missed over the last few years that I think filling in new waves with reissues is a smart way to go for people that missed it. And for people like me that have them, it gives us a chance to give our pocketbook a break, honestly. Okay, so that's all of the listings. I'm really impressed with how many there are. This is the new images, which I actually will show. No, I won't. Because, yes, I will. Because it has exactly what I wanted to show. See the, I guess the 2 axes, the 2 swords, the ion blaster, and I don't know what the other couple of little things are, adapters, I suppose. Like, this next to the axe that I have the cursor on right now, that is the axe shield thing that came with the Earthrise Optimus. Really weird to include it here, but okay. Neat, I guess, if that's your thing. Going up here, not much to say there. That was a roundup. The Takara, 86 Optimus. For those interested for whatever reason, there are the 2 boxes. The Takara one's coloring is a little bit darker, I suppose, and not for nothing, the heels are fixed on the Takara. Here you see one without the heels fixed, the one with the heels fixed, the one with the heels fixed on the left is Takara, the one without the heels fixed on the right is obviously a Hasbro one. Okay. What else do you want me to say, really? I fixed my heels, so that's not really a thing for me now. As we go up here a little bit. This. So I talked about this earlier. Big Mac Toys. Have no idea who they are derived from. They're doing a Fort Max. And we have a grayed out image here at 760 millimeters or 76 centimeters. Or if you still use inches, about 29 inches. He's going to be a big boy. He's going to be a big Titan. He's going to be bigger than everyone's coveted HasLab Unicron. He's going to be a big boy. I'm happy with my Titans Return one, but I'm not going to lie. I see the appeal here, especially because look at that base mode. It obviously screams G1. And, the ship mode is, whether it's the G1, the Titans Return, or this, the ship mode is always pretty iffy. So, a big boy. Do not really have any details other than his height. Stay tuned, and we'll see what the pricing and stuff turns out to be. I'm assuming it's going to be hefty, but I could be wrong. Let's get out of here. And we're going to go down here. I think we only have one more page to go back to, which is good because we're getting to like what I kind of consider my cutoff point. Yeah, this is just like the official images form. You can see it yourself. I'm not really interested in going in there and covering all of those images because, it is what it is, right? And again, there's been so many images of that guy. And if you like it, look him up. The first Pentagon from Skybound coming out. So I guess that's neat too. More of the MPG-17. I did want to show this one, though. If it wants to go in there. I wanted to show this so you can see everything that I was talking about there. But then I mentioned earlier how everything can go on his back. That is not clean on the back of the truck or on the back of the bot. It's cool that it all goes there. But man, it's a bit rough for me. Not lying. And he can put his blast on his shoulder like Power Master. It's a cool Optimus, don't get me wrong. And he has a Matrix, of course. It's really cool. It's just, it's so odd. It's such an odd, weird, it's a creative, weird mishmash release. I don't know. Huge Studio Ox vibes. If that's your thing, cool. More of the E-Hobby Super Deformed cards. If that's your thing, it's not mine. Blokees, Champion Class, Soundwave, and Shockwave, and they look great, by the way. Look at that Transformers one, Soundwave. Look at that Shockwave. These model kits, come on. Even Ironhide looks phenomenal. Optimus. I guess it's Optimus. I guess that's Optimus. But this looks really cool. I'm impressed with it. There's no doubt. I'm impressed with it. It's not for me because I'm not a model kit guy, but I absolutely respect all of this. It looks really good. Very, very well done, honestly. Very well done. Very well done. Very impressive. As we go down, we'll come back to that. Actually, this will be our last thing. So PopMart, I've never heard of PopMart, but they're doing this. So let me give you the details of this, though, because I saw it and I was like, what? This is insane. So this is the PopMart Mega Space Molly Optimus Prime. So it's a character called Molly crossed with Optimus Prime. The 400% one, it will be 29.5 centimeters. With limited articulation and a movable helmet, it will be $309.90 US for 29.5 centimeters. If you want it in inches, do the conversion. But remember that Fort Max was 76 centimeters. The 1,000% one will be 70 centimeters, so it'll be very big, 2 feet tall. Limited articulation and stuff. That one will be $1,199. Imagine now, $1,200 US for what is essentially a Titan with limited articulation. And then there's an in-space 3D painting, 45 by 45 centimeters, 629 US American dollars. I mean, I guess this is cute. I'm gonna call it cute, but like, I look at this, like the arms go up and that's about it. And you're telling me that this is worth, for the small one, $300 and for the big one, $1,200? I'm sorry, man. I don't get it. I don't at all slightly get it. There you go. So 11, almost 12 inches for $300. So picture Commander class without any of the articulation for $300. That's what this is. And then you have the really gigantic one that's going to be 27 inches, 27 and a half inches for $1,200. But like, look at it. Are any of us going to say that this looks good? Because I don't really think it does. I get it's done by an artist and stuff, but come on, buddy. Like, come on, buddy. Look at this. I mean, that's the painting, and it's a cool painting, but is it worth like $650 US? I don't understand what makes people price things these days. I really don't. Like, it's ludicrous, buddy. You should have not even wasted your time. That's the way I see that. Okay, that said, we can do that and close out of it. Woo! All right. Let's just check in with you guys here a little bit. I'm not going to say everything because we are getting tight here on time. Because we buyers, no Hasbro kisses. We buyers are kings and queens. What? I don't know what you mean, man. Blue's gone. Krenix is a must buy. If my Walmart has them next year, buy my wallet. We're getting 86 Wind Charger, who wasn't even depicted live in the movie. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Could Wind Charger be depicted as not alive? That's a good point. Didn't think of that. That's a really good point, though. Hasbro has a chance to say, my bad, McDonald's. I mean, the Big Mac toys, right? I thought the same thing, honestly. 86 Soundwave has to be a new mold, right? No, it doesn't. It's cute that you think that they're going to do another new mold for Soundwave. That's adorable. I think that all they're going to do is make the blue lighter and make the gold lighter, just like they did with Thundertron. And it'll be like, yeah, but I know that. Oh, and his chest won't be clear. His chest will be opaque. I mean, they're going to do the blaster treatment, except they're going to put 3 cassettes with it and call it leader price. Looks like a stylized MP10. I don't see that. People have said that, but I don't see the MP10 comparison. It's not landing MP10 vibes for me. My thoughts on Hot Toys. I don't have any. I don't have any. I don't really know anything about Hot Toys. I know. No, I can't say I don't know anything. That's a lie. I know a minimal amount. I think that they're good. I think they're a little dated now, but I think the quality is still there. Make of that what you will. RIP wallets for 2 people on Earth asking for this. Over 300, heck no. Evan said he wants to do a new mold for 86 Soundwave, but we'll see. I mean, do it if you want, but like, what else are you going to do? The legs fold up on the side, the arms fold to the back. There's not much else you can do, honestly. Soundwave is Soundwave. What we got is Soundwave. It is what it is. I don't know. Evan, I gotta be honest, Evan says a lot of nonsense and foolishness. That's like, you're talking as a designer, but as a business person, you don't have a clue what you're doing. You have no idea how to run a business. And to be fair, that's not his foray, right? That's not his thing. He's not a business guy. Let's run through the trivia. The trivia, my friends. By the way, not for nothing, I like showing this guy off. Oh, yeah, look at that boy. A new leader? Better than this? I don't know, buddy. I don't know. But you know what I do hope? I do hope that DNA Design revisits their Matrix Buster, since there's a new big convoy coming out. Because I really want that Matrix Buster. Okay, the trivia. Speaking of Beast Wars Neo, which of the following is not a Beast Wars Neo Maximal? Is it A, Sling, B, Stampy, C, Mac Kick, or D, Colada or Karada? Is it A, Sling, B, Stampy, C, Mac Kick, or D, Karada or Colada, depending on how you pronounce it? I'm going to run through the news here very quick. Oh, Newage. Newage apparently put up a teaser for a Unicron. This will be a legend scale Unicron, apparently. But I've only heard rumor of that. All I've seen is a grayed out arm from Newage, and it looked like Unicron. It might not be a legend scale one. As I say that, it's what I heard, but I'm skeptical because, I mean, look at that. What was it? A Megatron or whatever that they did, right? That was definitely not legend scale. So I don't know. It seems like Newage is expanding out. Their engineering is brilliant. So I'm very interested to see what they'll do with the Unicron. But no other details at this time. The eHobby stuff we did, the MPG stuff we did, the Blokees stuff, the PopMart stuff we did. That was insane. All of those listings we did. The Yolopark Tarn we did. The Takara Dramatic Capture set. The Triptychon out in Australia. The Hot Wheels out in the UK. The Shattered Glass Optimus. The Statue. The T-Spark B. And the TF Nation Guest. Okay. And we have, let's see, we have A, Q, D, A, D, legend scale, so it'll be 30 feet tall. It was an April Fool. It wasn't, it might have been an April Fool's joke. Maybe. I just saw the picture. I didn't know if it was April Fool's joke. They should do one, though, because their engineering is brilliant. I want Warpath to be a fiction again. That's fair. The answer is yes, a Sling. Sling is actually a Predacon. He's actually a very pitiful Predacon. He's the butt of everybody's jokes. And while he has an alt mode, he also has a secret mode where he turns into a flower and can hide from Maximus. Okay, let's do the unboxing and get out of here. Because we're just about there. And here's what we got. First is, my wife got this thrifting. She also got other things thrifting, but we're not going to talk about those tonight. We're going to talk about what else she got thrifting next week. But when you see what I got for $15, even though it's not complete, because it was thrifting, I think you're going to be surprised with what I got next week for $15. She also found me this. This is like a one-step changer. Last night, Megatron. Missing his wingtips, by the way, but I don't care about the wingtips. This is why I said I don't know if this will get a full review. Might just for fun. I might just give this a full review for fun. Let's be realistic. It's not going to score well. But I'll say this. He does feel solid and hefty. Like, he does feel chunky. I'll give credit where credit is due there. The other, it also got that weird mask thing that likes to pop out. It's I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. The other thing that I got, the other thing I got, and this is going to be Tuesday's review, is, ba-boom, it is Wasp, or Fugitive Waspinator. I'm going to call him Wasp. And funny enough, in the actual review, I completely forgot to compare these two side by side. Totally forgot to do it. So I'll probably do that in like the intro or outro or something, right? As you can see, he's significantly smaller. And I know that this is the older generations one, but like you can see, he's a lot smaller. my first foray with the bee mold is this guy. And it's small. It's too small, really, for deluxe. I think it should be a scout class. But it is pretty interesting and fun. The transformation is not what I expected it to be. And with that, my friends, we are done. We've gone through the news. The answer was A, Sling. The unboxing is done, and we can leave. I hope that you guys have a tremendous weekend. I really, really do, because you know what? You deserve it. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.